Good morning, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, 100%, coming to you doing the Kitsune Foxfire reading this morning. I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread and just see what the Kitsune energy has to share with us for a message this morning. And then I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Lightworker Oracle deck and see what that deck has for a message for us for a spiritual uplifting message this morning. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share if you find this message helpful. Give me a thumbs up so the messages can get out and help other people with their spiritual ascension and transition and spiritual awakening. So thank you for tuning in, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to light some sage, do a blessing, cleanse and clear the energy. Calling on my angels, spirits, guides, Mother Mary Magdalene, Jesus Christ, Great Mystery, Great Spirit, and the Kitsune Foxfire energy to cleanse and clear my energy, to help me have a mind that's clear, eyes to see, ears to hear, a voice to speak truth, a heart that's pure. I release any tension, self-doubt, self-sabotage. I cleanse and clear this energy with the divine white light of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so I'll go ahead and shuffle these cards and we'll get into this reading. It looks like it's going to be another beautiful day out there today, another spring day. The little birds in the nest beside me, they're feeding their birds today, and I got my windows open. There's a nice breeze. Happy holidays to everyone. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you get outside and play. The last couple days have been really beautiful. Here in Iowa, I don't know how it is where you're at, but here in Iowa, it's beautiful. I just love spring, except for the part of my eyeballs watery and eye boogers floating around in there, and my puffy eyes. That's the allergy season's kicking in. But I'm grateful to see the flowers coming up, and it's so pretty. See everything coming back to life. Just kind of makes me feel more alive. Yeah, awakening. Okay, let's go ahead and get started and see what Kitsune has to share with some messages for us today. Thank you for this message, Kitsune. Okay, so immortality is at the heart of the spread for this collective. She's sitting on her branch with the bird. The bird's looking at her. She's looking off into the distance somewhere. She has wings, but they're kind of folded down. And then we have Memories of the Forgotten Self. Crossing. Memories of the Forgotten Self. So we're remembering our immortality and remembering our forgotten self. Maybe the person that we used to be before, the world took over, and transcendence. Immortality, memories of the forgotten self, and we're experiencing transcendence. We're transcending. With the cosmic fox. Oh. Okay. Call forth the waves. Immortality, memories of the forgotten self, transcendence, and calling forth the waves. So, cowabunga, dude. Surf's up. Riding the cosmic wave of transcendence. Rare knowledge. So we're remembering who we are. Parts of ourselves that we had forgotten while healing our inner child. You remember things that you love to do, that you forgot that you love to do. Follow the signs. I just love this card. It looks like an infinity symbol. Looks like she's riding on that. And she's creating a fire infinity symbol. That's pretty cool. So, immortality, memories of the forgotten self, transcendence, call forth the waves of rare knowledge, and follow the signs. So, I'm still having synchronicity. I don't know if you guys are, but I've been having it for a long time. It's my angels and ascended masters communicating with me, nudging me into the direction that I'm supposed to go. Ooh! That one really flew out. So, through rituals and offerings. So this is one of my daily rituals and offerings. I'm sharing my spiritual journey with you, and it's about the riches within. It's about the riches within that we had forgotten. And we can reconnect with those riches within through the rituals and offerings of just connecting with spirit every day. It's a very personal journey. Threefold protection. So when we connect with the riches within through rituals and offering, we do have threefold protection because we're reaching out to the spirit world for protection during this remembering of immortality, memories of the forgotten self, through the transcendence, through calling forth the waves of rare knowledge and following the signs, through rituals and offerings, and remembering the riches that are within us, and the threefold protection that we have through connecting with the divine. I'll just get one more here. Thank you, Kitsune, for this message today. Okay. And we're remembering our past lives. Okay, and on the bottom of the deck is to dance with joy. So we're remembering to dance with joy, to enjoy life. Sometimes we get caught up in the stress of the day and the worries, and we forget about enjoying life and to dance with joy. So we are reconnecting with our immortality. Memories of the forgotten self is what's crossing. So let's read immortality. This is 22. This is at the heart of the spread for the energy for the collective today. This is a beautiful card. She's sitting on the branch with her little bird. So 22. 22 is a master builder number. You can look that up online if you want to find out, discover more about it. Here, I better get a drink. My mouth is dry. Trying to get my green juice in today. You are lifetimes long, seeker, and your soul has journeyed and traveled through skins and forms and elements time and time again. In this lifetime, you are being offered the wisdom of all that has gone before you in order to continue the healing journey of your own soul. You are surrounded by the energy of the peach blossom tree, a great old tree that grows deep within the Kitsune realms, and those who reach it are small compared to its mighty branches. You are now climbing the tree of immortality, and as you climb, your soul is refining itself, becoming more pure, more wise, shedding all that once held you back. The tree of the immortals whispers to you that you are one of its children, that you are immortal, and that you will return to its branches again and again in the lifetimes to come. The tree of immortality knows that you are growing strong, and it will offer to you now some of its vast wisdom, so that you can climb further into the journey of the soul. Know that you are being offered time here in this lifetime to complete your soul's tasks, to be surrounded by beauty, joy, and have aspirations for your physical form. You are asked to not attempt to force some kind of inhuman perfection on yourself. Instead, the tree of immortality asks you to embrace yourself and to love yourself with patience and kindness. For this is love. For this for with this love there will come a flowering of the soul, and the joy of and peace which you seek will come to you in this energy of love. For now, though child of the peach flowers, sit a while in the branches of the tree of immortality, the tree that has seen infinite ages, infinite changes. Watch the fruits of the Spirit grow, and know that you are seen, accepted, and loved by the wise and the sentient God of the forest of Kitsune. So that's a good reminder that we're all growing, and to be patient and kind with ourselves as we flower, like the peach blossom, because we're tapping into that divine knowledge that's being given to us through the growth of our soul and the memories of the forgotten self, reconnecting with the divine within us. So let's go ahead and read Memories of Forgotten Soul. This is a really beautiful card. I just love it. She's looking off into the distance, that golden light. And this is number 36. Excuse me. So, when did you forget all of who you are, dear one? When did you begin to believe what others say is true of you, and to turn away from the quiet certainty of the internal voice, the voice of your soul, calling you back to remember all of who you were? Did it become too difficult? Did it seem that others perhaps knew more than you, more than the ancient self who has traveled with you for a millennia? Can you now see that it is impossible for another to know you better than the voice of your own immortal soul knows you? At whatever time it was that the voice of your soul was smothered, it never was quiet, and it found its way through the labyrinth of self doubt and fear until it rose up within you. It is now with you, the forgotten self, urging you to remember, showing you scenes of who you once were in this lifetime. The visions you had as a child, the times you stood firm in your own trust and belief in yourself. It will first whisper to you of the truths of the soul, sharing the secrets of who you are, receiving memories and dreams of other times and within this lifetime. Then that voice will grow stronger, showing you moment after moment until, bright soul, finally remember. And at that moment, which is coming for you, your own voice, the voice of your own soul, will intertwine as one, and you will no longer be who others feel you should be. You will incarnate again in this lifetime, and the once forgotten self, now remembered and alive and present. So that's a good reminder to not allow others to tell us who we are, to connect with the divine within us, into our inner immortality, if I can get that out. And those are the memories of the forgotten self, and reconnecting with the divine within us, that we had forgotten due to life's struggles, or things that we've gone through that have just crushed our spirit. So we're remembering that within ourselves, and that's beginning to brighten and become more alive in the present, through transcendence, transcending those lies that we were told, or words that were spoken over us in our past that are just not true. They were wounds from our family members, from people that have been in our lives, that didn't believe in themselves, and we took them to heart. And now is the time to transcend and call forth those waves, to clear away that lie that we've been telling ourselves, through those words that were spoken over us that just are not simply not true. And we're remembering who we are, and we do have rare knowledge that is hidden away and locked within our hearts, that we had long forgotten. And 44, calling forth the signs and remembering, calling forth the waves, remembering the rare knowledge, following the signs, the synchronicities, the little pings that the divine is giving us now to listen to the call of the heart and the soul. That through connecting, through rituals and offerings, we can offer ourselves to the divine, and then the divine reconnects with us infinitely. And then we can tap into the riches within that we had forgotten about. So let's read the riches within. This is card number 1. It's a beautiful little card. She's got a bunch of foxes around her and one little fox on her lap. Each of us has worlds within us, ideas that swirl and dance, thoughts of depth and beauty, feelings about events in our lives and in the life of the world, which often are never born into the world that lies beyond the border of the self. There are feelings deemed too strong, too sad, too difficult for others to hear. We do not want to be rejected or thought ill of, so we keep so much within. It is within our private moments that we can explore these ideas, let them be free, and see what can come of them. This card is your sign to give some of the beautiful wealth of ideas and thoughts, all the words and feelings unspoken, their freedom at last. For with you now is a safe place akin to this place where Kitsune, in the form of a girl, allows her own creative and deep thoughts their release. And as they tumble about in their newfound freedom, she will find that they have purpose and value, meaning, and life beyond that of her mind. Likewise, you too, seeker, will find now a safe place to release, expand, share, and wonder out loud. You will permit yourself to open up and feel out loud. And although there will be sadness and there will be feeling that so many others avoid, it is time for you to allow these feelings their moment to grow outside of yourself. All that you have held within is no longer taboo, no longer forbidden. It is part of the rich part of our humanity. You are encouraged now to find a safe place, a safe friend, a nourishing place and environment to speak the many wonders that lie within you into the world, and in doing so enrich it beyond measure. So that way we can remember that we have threefold protection and remember our past lives, that we are all connected. We've all been connected before and crossed paths before. But until we look into those things and remember the memories of the forgotten self, we are unable to remember who we were in our past lives, which does affect us in our now. So you can look into those things online. That's what I've had to do along the spiritual journey. It's been part of my remembering the memories of my forgotten self and reconnecting to my divine immortality. It's been part of my transcendence and calling forth the waves within my own soul and tapping back into my own rare knowledge. I've been following the signs and trying to share them with you as part of my spiritual journey. And sometimes they're not. Sometimes it doesn't look pretty, but it's part of the spiritual growth. And I'm offering of myself and sharing my rituals with you and sharing the riches within my own soul and how I am connecting with the divine. And I'm grateful to be able to share this experience with you because it helps me stay on the sacred path as well and discover that I do have threefold protection. And I am connected to my past lives. And I kind of want to read this past lives one. Number 7. I don't know how much storage space I got. Okay. You long some days for gentility, propriety, older times when distance and conventions governed behavior. Within the laws and boundaries, you found freedom and expression, even while there was restriction and oppression. There is a sense of how things once were, nostalgia, and yearning for times long past when this card comes to visit you. The Victorian Kitsune is here to remind you of your own past lives, for she journeys through the realms of the human ones, finding the people who have forgotten their wisdom, and she reminds them of who they once were, so they can remember and bring to this life the wisdom of who they once were. She will make sense of the manners and the preferences you have, the desire for manners that were more genteel and refined, for roles that were more certain and sure, and for codes that, although restrictive and binding, gave us surety and a sense of place. The past is not the present, and you are not being reminded of your past in order to negate or escape where you are in this time, in this lifetime. But who we are is all we have been, and in the memory there lies a mystery which can enrich our lives. So know now that your fascination with aspects of the past have meaning, and that you are being visited by the Victorian fox to remember a little more of who you once were, in order to become more surely who you are destined to be. This would be a wonderful time to incorporate a little old world magic into your life. Take a step back, slow down, and revisit, savoring every moment. So that's a good reminder for me to slow down and just enjoy my day today. Don't get caught up in the hustle and the bustle of the job I'm going to go to and remember to slow down and see the beautiful flowers blooming and the birds flying around and the squirrels playing and the beauty that's within this day that I could so easily ignore. So I'm grateful to be able to tap back into my immortality, my immortal spirit, and remember the memories of my forgotten self. Before before the world and myself whipped the crap out of me, and I'm grateful that I'm able to transcend today, call forth the waves, remember the rare knowledge of my immortal spirit and my forgotten self, because I am following the signs, and so are you, I hope. And I'm grateful to be able to go to use these rituals and offerings and offer of myself and my spiritual growth. Um, to so that I can share the riches within that I'm tapping back into through my growth, and remembering that I am protected, have threefold protection, and that I am tapping back into the memories of my past lives, and who I have been before, and who I am now, and who I am becoming, and the ability to be able to not fear sharing that with you and my spiritual journey. And I'm grateful to be able to share this message with you this morning, and I hope that you can find that helpful. So let's get one out of the Lightworker Oracle deck, and then I have to finish getting ready for work today. So this is a beautiful deck. It's a Lightworker Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild, and it has been so beautiful. So we'll just go ahead and shuffle these and see what the Lightworker Oracle deck has to share with us today. Family of Light. The divine law of efficiency. So I'm tapping back in and hopefully reconnecting with my family of light, through this divine journey. There's a little purple finch outside my window. The key of light. Family of light. Grounding and the key of light. So grounding, oops, sorry about that. Grounding is the key of light. So stay grounded today. However you do that. You can do grounding meditations, take your shoes off, walk around, running, walking on the earth. That's grounding. You can do grounding exercises. The pink rose of Lady Nada. Excuse me. Yeah. Unplug from mass consciousness. That's what's on the bottom of the deck. Thank you, Lightworker Oracle. Can we please get one message for this collective on what the main focus should be from this Oracle deck? We get one card from Lightworker Oracle. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. That one just flew right out of there. The heart transmission. So this is 37, the heart transmission. So in this image, I can just see she's holding on to her heart, and she looks happy, but at peace. Looks like there's wings behind her. She's covered in a light blue sash. It looks like there's something bursting forward out of her heart. I don't know if you can see that, but Her heart is bursting, like with love. So the heart transmission. I know I'm here to help people heal their inner child and uh, heart chakra awakening, the higher heart. Okay, so let's see what this says. Your heart, I better get another drink. My mouth is so dry. Okay. Your heart is capable not only of giving and receiving love, but connecting you to a great network of beings that resonate in the highest frequencies of divine love. Through your heart, you can receive information and guidance from networks of light that fill our universe. As you learn to open your heart to receiving these transmissions, your ability to work with group consciousness in a loving way increases. You shall affect humanity in a loving way, influencing the collective rather than allowing the lower frequencies of the collective to overwhelm you. Working with group energy is a leap on the spiritual path, with risk but also great reward in terms of empowerment to manifest your life mission. The risk with group energy is mitigated when you approach it from the heart rather than from the head. The mind can argue one point of view and then immediately and convincingly argue its opposite. The heart, however, either feels something resonates or it doesn't, whether or not there is a logical explanation for it. The mind can be seduced by those who tell you they have great spiritual power, but this will instantly trigger intuitive warning bells in your heart, for those with genuine power do not need to convince you of it. The heart is the key to deciding where you offer your devotion. When you offer devotion to the group consciousness that loves you unconditionally, your heart feels safe, loved, and the inner knowing of the rightness of that group for you, whether the group exists on the earthly plane or in the spiritual dimension. For as long as it gives you life, broadens your horizon, nourishes your truths, and empowers you to live your destiny, that group is serving you. If you do not experience these positive effects, if you feel drained, confused, or that your issues are not resolving as you work with this group, listening carefully to your heart and question whether it is indeed the right place for you to be. It is important to also work with groups that you can serve. Although you may love your family, for example, they might not be the group you can best serve. Perhaps those who are open, willing, and receptive to your spiritual gifts are outside of your family. Perhaps your family can benefit spiritually from you in the role of mother or son or daughter, but not in the role of spiritual mentor. On the other hand, some groups may want to feed off of you, but not learn to do for themselves. They may wish for you to give them the answers to their problems. They may not be willing to develop trust, courage, confidence, and empowerment that is required to take responsibility for their own relationship to the universe, which is needed so that they can grow in soul wisdom through their life experiences. Your heart may guide you to withdraw your services from such people because you love them and want them to grow. Your heart will guide you to operate differently with different people. You may be guided to explore hobbies or interests that lead you to the next group that your presence can assist. The transmission of the heart gives a truthful assessment of the interaction of your frequency with the frequency of a group. Is it mutually raised? Then is it a spiritually constructive connection? Is it diminished? This will not be so helpful. The heart empowers you to know when to work with others, for how long, and in what way. Trust it. The more you do, the more groups which can bring great benefit to you, to the planet, can enter into your world. The invocation for this card is, excuse me, I have gratitude now for the heart transmission that guides me through the universal love into the group consciousness that can best serve the greatest good of my own divine destiny. I ask for protection, insight, clear knowing, clear feeling to guide me through the many groups that I will love and work with spiritually this lifetime. May all my group involvements be constructive. May love, light, and power increase in me upon the earth through all group work, blessed by grace. May the unconditionally loving ones help all group endeavors attain spiritual success. Through my own free will and divine love, so be it. So that's a good reminder for me today to connect to that heart transmission, healing that sacred heart within me, awakening the higher heart within me. I that is the Christ consciousness for me. It's loving even my worst enemies, and myself, through the heart of Christ, the eyes of Christ. Um, that's what I've experienced through my awakening, and what I've been awakened to. Even though Christ was an ascended master. So I try not to get into all that religion stuff here on my channel, just because Jesus Christ was an ascended master. So you can call on, there was many different ascended masters. You can look into that if you are confused about it. But I do use nature as a healing force for me. Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, grounding is important. I'm grateful for these messages that I have connected with today. I hope that you found them helpful. Thank you for tuning into my channel and taking time out of your day to listen to this message. I hope it's been uplifting and helpful for you. And I thank you for tuning in. And I hope you do something today that makes your heart smile and brings joy to others. It's part of the heart transmission and connecting with others through that heart sacred love. And thank you. And I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Peace. Mother Lover out. Have a good day.